morning, everyone. We are back. Happy Sunday. I know it has been a long time since we've been away, but obviously it's in the holidays. So I hope everyone has enjoyed time with their families and eating good and drinking good, because I know I have. So this morning we are going to talk about the matchups for today. Of course, I'm here with Joe and George. How are you, George? Thanks for joining.
Good morning, you guys. I'm doing good. Thanks for having me on. I believe this is my first time on this show with you guys. So, looking forward to it.
I was going to say that. Welcome to Moving the Chains here on Team NBS Media. I didn't even say that in my intro because I said I've been eating and drinking. Okay, so I want to start off with where we are in the NFL because it's been insane. I don't know what you guys have been thinking, but the last 2 weeks that we have not done the show, I feel like the games have meant every moment matters, right? So this is our screen grab from ESPN, of course, because where else would you get the most accurate updates? And right now we've got, I don't even know what's going to look like for the Bucks and the Panthers. I think that Panthers game today is going to be really exciting. One I'm definitely looking forward to. And then because we had so many games, dude, like this whole week, I feel like I've been watching a lot of football. Denver clinches with the Chargers loss, and Texans totally killed them. Yeah, right now with the Ravens right here. And thanks to Derrick Henry crushing anyone who's playing fantasy football finals. I'm sorry, because I am her. I'm one of the people. What are you guys' thoughts right now when you look at this big board? And I will obviously start with our guest, George. What are your thoughts right now at how everything's kind of planned out?
You know what I've liked about this season, and it's been very unique what we've been seeing, especially Thursday Night Football. But what I like is going into yesterday's games, 11 teams still had a shot at the number one overall seed in their conference. That is parity you do not usually see in the NFL. For a number of years, it's all the Patriots, the Chiefs. NFC we'll see, but it's always been the Patriots or the Chiefs coming out of the AFC. But this type of parity, these games actually matter at the end of the year, and it makes it more exciting to watch NFL football the last 2 weeks of the season. Even if your teams aren't in it, if you're a football fan, you got to love what's going on right now in the NFL.
All right, but what did you think of the Saturday? Like, we had 3 games on Thursday, and then we had 2 games yesterday. I mean,
I was disappointed because I lost out of the 5 games from Thursday and Saturday. I lost 4 of them, so I was a little disappointed with that. The Charger game, I don't think they realized they had a play yesterday.
I agree.
I know their offensive line is in shambles, but that was a winnable game. And they played with no sense of urgency yesterday. And all credit to the Texans. Their defense looked phenomenal yesterday, but that was a game the Chargers should have won, and they just did not show up. And you have to put that on the coaching staff, not having them prepared for that game. And as you mentioned earlier, Baltimore really impressed me. I thought for sure, especially without Lamar playing, that it was going to be a Packers walk. And Baltimore showed some heart people don't think they have right now. So they had some good games, even if, my teams that I picked lost, but they were still entertaining games.
Yeah, I think when it comes to the AFC West, I don't know about you guys, but I definitely feel like they are going to be exposed in the playoffs. Okay, we saw Bo Nix and what happened against, not last week, but the week before. And then the Chargers not really showing up. Like, they're not going to be able to pull off these extended moments to win a game when it comes to these AFC teams. I just feel like they're going to get very exposed. All right, what about you, Joe? What do you think about how everything has set up so far?
It's been crazy. I mean, I've been saying the same thing for the last couple of weeks, that anybody who thinks they know something about the NFL, you know nothing. All our predictions are wrong. Players are showing up. I mean, like George just said, Baltimore, no Lamar Jackson. Yes, the season's hanging in the balance, but your 2-time MVP is not playing. You're playing on the road, holiday season. There's no way they can win this game in Green Bay, and they won the game, and Derrick Henry carried them to that victory. So I think it's just exciting. I mean, I'm with George. Every game, every moment matters. It makes it super exciting. As a guy who's decked out in Commander's gear, we have no chance in hell of making the playoffs. I'm still going to rep my team, but I'm invested in all these different games because all of them matter in the playoff seeding. I mean, who had the Carolina Panthers fighting for their playoff lives at the end of the season, or the Chicago Bears winning the NFC North. It's been a really fun season. Just kind of like, it's like watching a movie. Just trying to find out which twist and turn is going to come next.
Yeah, I mean, Caleb Williams has like transformed. Last year, he was probably one of the most hated quarterbacks next to poor Bryce Young. And both of them, I swear, took that and turned around these 2 seasons. And I'm personally loving what the Bears are giving us. And I feel like the Sunday night matchup is going to be insane. If I'm there, keep your eye out, okay? Because I'm really trying to go, but the tickets are the tickets are kind of crazy, but I would love to see that because they're battling for the NFC top spot, and we'll talk about that later. So we'll kick off with our first game, which is the Panthers. Bryce Young versus Seattle, and Seattle's coming off that insane win. I mean, I don't know, George. I picked the Rams. I've picked the Rams since the beginning of the show to go to the Super Bowl. And to pull off an overtime win like that, I'm just going to give you your safe space to let
that one was, I think that one hurt more than the loss to Philadelphia earlier this year. I figured, okay, they had the big lead. They learned from the meltdown against Philadelphia, and they didn't. And all credit to the Seahawks. They could have easily just folded when the Rams went up big in the second half, but they didn't. They showed a heart that I wish they didn't have. It was a tremendous overall. As a football fan, it was a great game. As a Ram fan, it made you want to drink on a Thursday night if you don't drink. It's disappointing, but the Rams were my preseason pick to represent the NFC. And people that know me, when I do picks, I never pick with my heart. I mean, I'm a lifelong Ram fan. Last year, I did not have them going to the Super Bowl. I like the makeup of this team, and I had them going if they stood healthy. And for the most part, they have been healthy. I still like them coming out of the NFC, but I am a little concerned about the defense. They don't play a full 60-minute game. They only play one half of great defense. But Seattle, today it's a little bit, you have to worry about a letdown. After that emotional type of win, going to cross country to Carolina, will they have a letdown? I don't think they will. As much as I'm hoping Carolina wins, I just like the way Seattle is playing right now. And Carolina, sorry guys, you are going to learn what it takes to win a key game at the end of the season today. You guys are still learning. As much as I would love to see Bryce Young pull it out, I don't see it. Just look out for Seattle in the playoffs.
I mean, I don't agree with you, but I'm going to let Joe go first.
No, I mean, I'm excited for this game, too. This is definitely one that I have circled to watch. I mean, the JSN versus JC Horn matchup. Ashmere and I have been talking about the last 2 seasons. Bryce Young, give him a chance, give him a chance. It don't get any bigger than this, man. You're playing at home. You know what's at stake. This is a team that I thought was years away from being in playoff contention. And again, like I said in my first statement, we know nothing about the NFL because here they are fighting for the NFC South crown and still a playoff spot as well. So it's going to be a huge game. I think that the Carolina Panthers are going to have to use the home field advantage the best they can because Seattle's offense is explosive. We've talked about it before in different weeks in the show that their Seahawks defense has a lot of no-name guys we don't know, but we know one thing. They fly all over the field. They're active and they make plays. This is a tall task for the Carolina Panthers, and we're going to find out, are they ready for prime time, or is this going to be a feel-good story of a team that made it almost to the playoffs but just wasn't good enough, and they kind of use this as fuel for next season? We'll have to see, but this is one of the bigger matchups of the day for me, for sure.
The only reason I didn't agree with you, George, is because I think the Panthers' defense at home is something different. Like the way that they're able to take down opponents, and if there's one thing we can guarantee, it's a Sam Darnold turnover, okay? So I expect him to have at least 2. He did it against the Rams and still figured out a way to win in overtime. So I think in this game, the turnovers are going to hurt a little bit more because the Panthers use those opportunities to, get closer to the end zone and end up scoring. And I would love to see Tet go off in this game. I think that the Bryce and Tet chemistry that's developed this season has been really fun to watch. So that's the only reason I think I'm not putting it in Bryce's basket. I'm putting it more in the defense's basket.
Yeah, and as a Ram fan, I hope you're right. I mean, when the Rams went to Carolina, the one thing that impressed me was Carolina's running game. They ran it down the Rams' throat that whole game. And I like my youngest son is a huge Bryce Young fan, and to annoy him, I love calling the guy Bryce Bum, just to annoy my son. And I don't tell him this, but I have been impressed the way Bryce Young has played this year. As the season has progressed, you see the confidence getting more and more with his confidence, and I've really been impressed with that. I mean, I know he came from one of the top high school programs in the country at Mater Dei out here in Orange County, California, and we saw what he did while he was at Alabama. So for each level, he's been in big games. Now, the NFL is obviously a different beast compared to college football, but I want to see how he handles the big moment. Some people shy away from it, others embrace it. If he can embrace it, look out.
I mean, the fact that he's an LA guy and you're not on his team, it feels messed up.
Oh, he chose not to go to USC.
I mean,
so
yeah.
Right there.
If you're going to the top 10 school at the time you're going to Alabama, like.
Oh no, I couldn't fault him on that. He had a good career at Alabama. I would have loved to have seen him to go to USC, but I don't blame him at the time for not going to USC because USC wasn't a marquee program at the time.
I'm Oregon Duck. I know what USC looks like. Okay, it's bad.
So I mean, I do wish him well today.
I was just saying you're a diehard LA in all.
Might be the biggest game of Bryce Young's career so far. I think might be NFL career at least.
I think the next 2 weeks are big games for him.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, to take down the Bucks 2 times, I think is definitely insane. Okay, we'll go on Seattle's side, and I'll ask Joe since George already touched on it a little bit. What do you like from Seattle so far? What do you think that they can use in that overtime insane frenzy to win this game?
I think they can use other playmakers besides just forcing the ball to JSN. He's an incredible talent, definitely a triple crown contender for the wide receiver position this year. But I think using your tight ends, using your backs, Walker, letting them run the ball, his RB2 could start for most NFL teams. Getting the wide receiver they traded for from the Saints is starting to make some plays too, whether it be special teams, screen passes, reverses. I think the defenses obviously they better by now, focus on JSN. So it's opportunity for those other players like Rashid Sneed to make plays and also to make the defense have to think about different things, because I think a lot of Sam Darnold's turnovers, it's one of two things. Either it's a bad decision or he's forcing that ball to JSN as if there's not other people on the field that can make plays. So I think if he remembers from the overtime, everybody helped in that overtime win on the offensive side. Everybody has some kind of key play, whether it's a big catch on third down or a touchdown catch or just an explosive play. If he can remember that, I think it will bode well for the Seahawks. But if he goes in there thinking every play has to go to number 11, like we talked about, that Carolina defense at home could be a long day for Seattle.
I mean, Rashid Shaheed's addition to this team had that was the game-changing moment in that game, was him, like, just the entire play. I feel like as it unfolded, I was like, I'm so glad he's out of New Orleans, because now you can actually see him play football as he knows how to. But yeah, I definitely think he is a game changer, and I feel like he'll be a huge piece in this matchup. All right.
You know what Seahawks fans need to realize, games like today are the reasons why you brought in Cooper Kupp. No one's talking about him. Cooper Kupp lives for these games. So, I mean, he's not going to put up numbers like he did when he was with the Rams, but he's going to put solid numbers. So look out for Cooper Kupp today.
But why didn't he get that opportunity in the Rams matchup?
Darnold doesn't really look to him.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
But at the end, overtime on that drive, he made a crucial catch for him.
Mm-hmm.
So, Darnold needs to look for him a little bit more, get him involved early, get him into rhythm. Yeah. And like you say, otherwise they're going to every team's focusing on JSN, and he's still putting up numbers. But you get Kupp going, but you got to get him involved, get the tight ends involved. But I think the key today is getting Kenneth Walker going, get the running game going early. You got to keep, like you said, Carolina's defense plays better at home. You got to keep them honest, because if the running game's not going, because they're going to pin their ears back, and you can rattle Sam Darnold on the pass rush. That's his Achilles heel. He gets rattled too much. I think he's still seeing ghosts like he did against the Patriots.
He's never going to let down.
No, you put pressure on him, he gets rattled. And I think that's what Carolina is going to try to do. Put pressure on him. Seattle will look to protect him. Quick throws, 3-step drop, timing passes. But look out for Cooper Kupp. I just have a feeling Cooper's going to go for at least 9-10 receptions today. I don't know why. This is the type of game that's made for Cooper Kupp.
No, I think that's a great point because I feel like in the Rams matchup, he should have been used more because you could see how heavily JSN was covered the entire game, right? Him getting that touchdown was like this close, right? He's so close in the end zone to the end. And so there's just opportunities where Cooper Kupp could be that game-changing player. So I'm with you. I would love to see him go off because I do think it'll be super efficient for Seattle and for Sam Darnold because, yeah, I think all your points are spot on. All right, our next game, we're going to talk about the NFC and AFC matchup, Eagles and Bills. So I don't know what I think about the Bills, but I'm going to let you guys tell me what you think first because I think that they are pretenders right now. I don't know what's happening. I feel like obviously we've seen time and time again it's Josh Allen or bust, but this year you're asking him to come off of an MVP season, try to repeat that and carry you, and it's just been really ugly in my opinion. So I'm gonna let you go first, Joel. What do you think about the Bills in this matchup? Like how can they take over? They need a win.
Yeah, I mean, you're absolutely right. It's definitely been Josh Allen versus the world pretty much every game, but you got to throw James Cook in there as well. He carried me to my fantasy football championship. Those two guys have been all the offense. I mean, I talked about it a couple of weeks ago, no real outside threat wide receiver-wise for Buffalo. Then you got a guy like Keon Coleman that's being held out of games because of coaches' decisions or whatever other nonsense is going on. Their wide receiver room is kind of in flux. You never know who's going to be starting. And then their tight ends, Kincaid and Dalton Knox, you thought that'd be two of the better tight ends in the league. They're inconsistent as well. So I think Ashmere is actually right. I think that you've got a lot of Houdini acts from Josh Allen, which has gotten this team a lot of their wins they've gotten this season. And then you can only ride that wave, in my opinion, for so long. I mean, a hot quarterback is unstoppable. You're pretty much asking for 4 to 5 touchdowns every game, a picture-perfect game from Josh Allen every single time. Somebody besides James Cook's got to help him out along there. And the defense as well has got to make some plays, create pass rush. If they were able to get some kind of threat on the outside in the wide receiver room, that would help out a lot. So I think for Buffalo, they're riding a lot of Josh Allen magic, and you have to wonder how much more magic is left in those arms and that leg of Josh Allen to get Buffalo to where they want to go.
Yeah, no, I think James Cook, of course, is one I didn't touch on, but they finally started putting James Cook back in the number 1 spot. I think it took us like a month to be like, hi, do you not remember you have one of the best running backs out there? All right, George, what about you? What do you think?
Well, Buffalo was my preseason pick to represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. But Josh Allen is coming off that foot injury. How effective is he going to be today? That's a question I have. But my biggest concern with them is that defense. They're giving up, I believe, in the last few games, 28 points a game. Can't do that at this time of year. Your defense should be buttoned down. I can't back off of my Super Bowl pick. I have them, but but I just don't see it coming. It's smoke and mirrors this year. Josh Allen he's taken a beating, I think, this year. And eventually he's going to slow down. And like you said, Joe, they don't have any consistency on the outside.
Nope.
Why? I don't know. I think they don't have great receivers, but they have serviceable receivers. I don't know why they don't go to them. And Philly's going to key on Cooks today. Stop Cooks. Make it a one-dimensional team, and then I think Philly will roll them if they're able to do that. But I don't know. Buffalo, I just can't figure them out. I thought for sure Kansas City was going to be on a downward trend this year. New England, I did not expect New England to do what they're doing this year. I thought it was going to be between Buffalo and Baltimore. And like you said, Joe, if you think you know the NFL, you don't. So both of my picks have been shockingly disappointing, like coming out of the AFC. But if Buffalo can't run the ball today, it's going to be a long afternoon for them.
Well, you know who else everyone has been uncertain of is literally the Eagles. So I feel like this game is either the chance for Philly to get it all right. I'm still going to stand on, I don't think Buffalo gets it all right in whatever terms that looks like in football language. But for Philly, they have everyone, right? Like you couldn't have the bigger platter than the Eagles have. They just have been stringing it along. I feel like a lot of teams have really just strung this season along, closed out when they need to and get the win. And so when it comes down to one elimination game, right, we're going to really see like the holes that came through. Obviously, this isn't one of them, but I'm just speaking for future. So, yeah, I think for Philly, this is also a game where we're like, okay, are you guys still that Super Bowl team or not? Like, who are you? What do you think is kind of the Achilles heel in that Eagles team? And I'll go with Joe first.
Oof, in terms of Philadelphia, I'd have to say the Achilles heel probably would be slow starts. They don't really get off to fast starts this season, whereas last year, a lot of games, they were up double digits quickly on teams. And then that team had to throw their game plan out the window and start something totally different. Hasn't been the case this year. But I think that you hit the nail on the head with that, Ashmere, when it comes to the Eagles. They're getting healthy at the right time. A lot of guys that have been dinged up and in and out the lineup are now rounding into shape and using these games to get ready. I think Philadelphia knows what it takes, obviously, to win a Super Bowl. I think at this game, especially on the road in Buffalo, we might see them to continue to do that fine-tuning as far as getting Saquon Barkley the ball, getting that running game started. You have A.J. Brown, you got Devontae Smith, tons of weapons for Philadelphia, and I think they're just trying to get themselves ramped up for another real shot at a repeat.
Yeah, I like that. Okay, I'm sorry. I put this banner up because I found it on ESPN, but it says Bills are 13-1 against NFC opponents, right? But the follow-up bullet says the Eagles have won their last 3 games against Buffalo. So what if the Bills not be 13-1? So sorry I put that up because it's literally wrong. Somebody didn't do math right. But I think that one will add that. The Eagles have beaten the Bills the last 3 times that they've played each other. So that one we all can know is fact checked. Anyways, sorry about that. I honestly missed the last end of your sentence. So I'm just going to let you guys talk head to head on what you think this looks like from a game perspective. Just like, what in your idea, how do you think it unfolds? I'll go with George.
All season, I kept saying that the Eagles were dealing with a Super Bowl hangover because of the way they've looked all year. But now, watching them play the last couple of weeks, it makes me wonder, they're just going through the motions, get as healthy as possible, and then flip the switch at the end of the year. Because that's what it looks like. And like you said, Joe, they're getting healthy at the right time. I thought they looked very impressive their last game. The passing game actually looked good their last game. He may not have thrown for huge numbers, but it's the best I've seen all season. And if they get that passing game going with A.J. Brown and Smith on the outside and their tight end, look out. Barkley, he's just not having the year. Back-to-back seasons like what Barkley did last year is virtually impossible. I don't think anyone has ever come close. I mean, Eric Dickerson, after he ran for 2,100 yards, he ran for 1,200 the following season. So we know it's very difficult. But you're starting to see the momentum with Philadelphia. I think they're primed to make a deep run in the playoffs again. They're getting, like you said, they're healthy at the right time, and I think they flipped that switch last week. And going into this Buffalo game, Buffalo's my AFC pick, but I think Philly's going to manhandle them out in Buffalo.
Hold on. Have you guys had your wisdom teeth taken out?
I had 2.
You think you could play a football game 4 days later?
Medicine is crazy, man. Modern medicine is crazy.
No,
I believe so. Yeah, of course you can.
I was watching Happy Feet on my couch. I'm also not a football player, but I'm asking you guys.
Hey, they got Toradol. They could do anything.
Exactly. Modern medicine, man.
I don't know. I feel like that was the most insane headline that I had seen. A.J. Brown gets his wisdom teeth pulled out. I love A.J. Brown. He's like literally one of my favorite players.
Well, when I had mine pulled, it looked like my jaw was broken.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
It just swelled up, but I don't get the medication that they get.
Pretty much.
I don't have those type of trainers.
24-hour care they get as well. I'm sure there's somebody on their couch on call.
I don't know. I could not imagine the speed that's required to be AJ Brown post surgery. It's like I just feel like that's too much in my mouth. You know what I mean? Like that's.
Did he have all 4 pulled out?
I think so.
Ooh. I only did it 1 at a time, so and I was
hitting your head, hit that hard grass and
Buffalo. Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah. What's the weather going to be like in Buffalo?
I have to check on that. You know it's going to be cold. It's probably
but if they get that powder that falls, it's going to be like a little cushion for him.
It's going to probably help him when he's like swollen. It'll just give him that extra.
Either way, it's going to hurt.
Yeah, I just think Barkley's going to have a huge game today against Buffalo's defense.
All right, looks like it's raining.
Oh, look at that.
Ooh, okay, that might be a little worse for him.
Saquon Barkley time.
With 88% humidity. That don't feel right. Like what time of the year are we?
Good thing global warming's not real.
All right, we're going to take a quick break before we go to our next game, and then we're going to, of course, go through our rapid-fire picks. We will be right back.
You are watching Team NBS Media. We are a digital media brand covering sports, entertainment, and lifestyle, with team members all across the country. Through our written content, podcasts, and video content, we bring you fresh and professional content. Interested in joining the team? Shoot us an email or DM.
The time is almost here. Our picks for the week coming next on Moving the Chains. The only way to...
In 2006, we founded Yeti Coolers with a simple mission: build the cooler we use every day if it existed. One that was built for the serious outdoor enthusiasts rather than for mass discount retailers. One that could take the abuse we knew we'd put it through, out in the field and on the water. One that simply wouldn't break. We decided early on that production innovation would come from necessity and first-hand experience, not from market research and data analysis. Today, Yeti products perform when it matters most. Whether that be an excursion into the remote Alaskan wilderness, chasing redfish on the Gold Coast, or just getting together with friends in the backyard, we make gear that helps you stay out longer, travel farther, and live harder. # built for the wild.
What's up, everyone? Good morning. The sun is shining here in the Bay. Sorry, my flare is flaring. We're going to talk about our next matchup here. Let me turn. I don't need my ring light anymore. Okay. Obviously, I said I want to go to this game, so we had to talk about it. We're going to talk about, I would love to be there. If you guys see me there on Instagram, somebody gave me the money to go. All right. What do you like from the 49ers? That's just my straight up question. As the NFC West competitor, George, what are the 49ers doing that just makes you want to punch them in the face?
Well, first off, as a Ram fan, I hate the 49ers.
Yeah, I know you do.
But I do have tremendous respect for the team. And I'm going to say this. There's been a lot of talk, obviously, about Mike Vrabel and Ben Johnson as Coach of the Year. Kyle Shanahan should get serious consideration for Coach of the Year. Absolutely. The job that he's done with all those injuries on that team, to have him a chance not only to win the NFC West, but to be the #1 seed in the NFC. I think this is his finest coaching job as a head coach in San Francisco. They just find a way to win. There's, other than George Kittle and McCaffrey, really, what big name player do they have? I don't consider Brock Purdy a top-tier quarterback, but he gets the job done in that system. They just find a way to win. They play great team football, and that kills me as a Ram fan to have to compliment the 49ers. But I'm going to be honest, they play great team football, and that's why you see them where they are right now with a chance to be the top team in the NFC.
Yeah, I think that's a great point. We saw Mac Jones with success.
And now, I think Mac Jones is a better quarterback in that system.
Yes, I was going to say, I think next year Mac's going to get some phone calls because we know some people need quarterbacks badly that are out there.
The Raiders will be calling him.
Oh, don't send him there.
No, I agree. No, well, I would, as long as he's not in Frisco, because he destroyed the Rams in 2 games.
Mm-hmm.
I like Purdy. From being Mr. Irrelevant to what he's doing now, I think is tremendous. I just think Mac Jones is a better fit in that system than Purdy. And no disrespect to Brock Purdy. I think he's a good quarterback in that system. But he's proving that you don't have to have an elite quarterback if you could play solid team football.
Yeah, I think that's definitely what we've learned from this 49er team over the years. You bring a kid in, that's the last pick in the draft, and then completely turn things around, go to the Super Bowl, even though he goes through that injury. We're talking about a completely different matchup, right? All right, what about you, Joe? What do you think the 49ers continue to do?
They continue to show you that roster construction is important. I mean, I'm gonna take it back to my team. Look at the 49ers depth. I mean, you lose guys like Fred Warner, a Nick Bosa, Brock Purdy misses a couple of games. I don't want to say they didn't miss a beat, but there wasn't this huge drop off. I mean, you have Brandon Ayuk who just drives by the stadium, doesn't play at all the whole entire season. Yet they find a way with the Jennings, with Pearsall to get guys to make plays. Kittle's been in and out of the lineup. It's just a next man up mentality, and that comes to coaching and obviously good scouting from your general manager to know, hey, this guy might be second or third in the depth chart, but if he has a chance to get into the field, we know he can make plays, or he can at least be a Band-Aid until we get our star player back. So I think that's a reason why I'm with George 100%. Kyle Shanahan, I definitely know that Ben Johnson's going to be talk of the town. The coach from the Jacksonville Jaguars is going to be the talk of the town for coach of the year, but you got to give Kyle Shanahan his best due, because he is taking guys who had no idea they'd be seeing significant playing time for the 49ers this season, and he's made those guys really, really good players, enough so that his team is still fighting for home field advantage throughout the playoffs. So, I mean, just kudos to the 49ers of constructing a really, really good roster, because of all the injuries in football, that stuff kind of matters, obviously.
Yeah, and it wasn't just like – it was like a Nick Bosa, Fred Warner. You're just like – watching them drop like flies. And I know many 49er fans that were just like, oh, this is it. We're never going to see a Super Bowl in our lifetime. And we're hosting, right? Like, this is our opportunity to really just be that team. And like, we have no shot at that. And so for all these guys that have done exactly what both of you have said, step up, I feel like it's been truly like one of the most like turnaround stories that we've seen, aside from like a rookie QB changing, right? Like an entire team transforming to be what they are. Speaking of a rookie quarterback, we could talk about Caleb Williams. And I think Joe said it. He was like, I didn't expect the Bears to be this way. Was that you?
Yeah, I did not. Right. I expected 7 or 8 wins.
What do you think? What were your ideas for the Bears to start this season?
Well, I knew that Caleb Williams would have a much better season than they did in his rookie year, because he has an actual head coach and not just a guy standing on the sideline trying to figure it out in real time, which is what he had Mike Eberflus. So I knew his season would be better. I mean, you saw what Ben Johnson did for Jared Goff's career, and look at the Lions now. So I expected him to be decent this season. But I thought the Bears, again, just like the Carolina Panthers, a season away. They'll win 7 or 8 games, maybe be in the conversation for the wild card for a while, and then fall off. And it's been anything but that. I mean, you see guys like DJ Moore, you see Loveland, the rookie tight end out of Michigan, just playmakers emerging, and these guys just stepping up for the moment. I mean, yet again, another big game for the Chicago Bears, another chance to learn. And if you can learn from these moments now and not have to make the playoffs the first time you're in big situations, it's only going to help your team. So I think that Caleb Williams is definitely one of the leaders in the clubhouse for the most improved player award for sure in the NFL. And for the Bears fans, it's been forever since they've been decent and been good. So they deserve it. So they're just riding the wave and enjoying it.
Yeah, I think obviously we know a head coach is an important thing. What about you, George? What were your thoughts week 1 of these Chicago Bears?
Well, I didn't know what to expect with Ben Johnson as a head coach, because we've seen it time and time again in the history of the NFL. Great coordinators aren't necessarily good NFL head coaches. So for me, the jury was out, and he's actually brought out the Caleb Williams that I saw his Heisman Trophy winning year at USC. This is what Caleb Williams is reminding me of this season. And you have to credit Ben Johnson for that. He's been able to bring that out, not only for Caleb Williams' style of play, but for what the entire offense is doing. They bought into Ben Johnson's message. And I didn't expect any. I was expecting, like Joe said, maybe 7-8 wins this year. They're going to learn under Johnson. They're overachieving, but they believe. And that's a credit to their coach. That's why he's going to be in serious conversation for Coach of the Year. But I like the overall makeup of the offense, and their defense is a bend but don't break defense. They're going to give, and then they're going to tighten it up inside the red zone. Again, they play good. Like Frisco, they play good team football. It's not going to be on Caleb Williams' shoulders the whole way. He's going to go to different receivers. He's going to do this. He's going to do that. The defense, someone's going to step up and make a big play in a crucial moment. Again, solid team football is what you need to win, and we're going to see that with both teams tonight. I'm just completely impressed with the Bears. I mean, it's just blowing me away to see them sitting right now. I believe they're 11-4 right now.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see that this year. Again, I saw them maybe 7-10, 8-9 at best. And to watch it, like I said, Chicago is a very good sports city. So you got some rabid fans that are just loving to seeing what their Bears are doing this year. And again, as a Ram fan, I'm pulling for the Bears tonight, but I'm actually looking forward to a great football game with those two teams tonight.
Yeah, I definitely think it's going to deliver. It either will be a high-scoring game where both of these quarterbacks, get the ball down the field, or we see, obviously, Christian McCaffrey just pummel through anybody. Or it'll be a really defensively strong game where we'll see the Bears do exactly what you said and just hold their opponents to short. Yeah.
Can Purdy do the same thing he did against the Colts defense? That was amazing what he did in Indianapolis on Monday night.
For sure.
I don't know. What do you think?
One of his better performances of the season, for sure.
Of his career, I think.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, of his career. He was just lights out.
Well, it was against the Colts, but
true. But still, to do it on the road, it was impressive. Very impressive.
All right. From these two teams, I feel like this is like a terrible question, but I'm just going to ask it. In the running game perspective, what have you liked so far from the Bears? Because we obviously know what we like so far from the 49ers, and it's one guy who's carried the team all season. But I'll ask for the Bears side. I think that the change for Caleb has come down to also having an efficient running game. So I want to hear from you, George. What do you think is working on that side?
Well, I think their blocking up front is what's helping the running game. They're able to open up some holes for him. But what makes the running game beneficial for Caleb is it allows him to do play action passing and let him get outside the pocket and roll out. So having the threat of a running game is huge. So they need to continue with that, but they don't need Swift to go off for 150 yards to be effective. That's what I like. Give me 90 yards, maybe 100, and we're good. Our offense is going to be good. So the Bears know that they don't have to put everything on Swift's shoulders to be successful on offense. And I actually like that consistency with that, and it keeps the offense balanced. Yeah,
and we saw Caleb last year compared to this year. I feel like they're like night and day differences. Joe, what do you predict will happen in this Sunday night matchup? What are your thoughts?
I think it should be. And again, like I've been saying, prefacing everything, we know nothing about the NFL. So everything I'm about to say is probably going to be the exact opposite of what happens. But I think this might be a defensive battle. You might have both defenses kind of bend but don't break. I could see this being like a 6-3 game at halftime, and then maybe a key turnover here or there leads to a short field and a touchdown for one of these two teams. I don't think it'll be a high-scoring shootout, but like I said, it probably will end up being 52-48, somebody wins. But I think this might be more of a defensive battle, especially because, like I said, we're late in the season. Both teams know what's at stake. Yes, it's new territory for the Chicago Bears, but the opportunity is the opportunity. They know if they win these games, they have a chance to seal home field advantage, and nobody wants to go to Chicago in January and play football, let alone even the fans out there probably stay at home because it's so cold outside. So hopefully the Bears aren't overwhelmed by the moment, but I think it might be a defensive struggle.
All right. What about you, George?
I agree. I could see the winning team in tonight's game scoring only 20 points.
Mm-hmm.
Now, my only critique about Shanahan, and I said he should be seriously considered for Coach of the Year, is the bigger the game, sometimes he gets to that point where he's coaching not to lose instead of coaching to win. I mean, his first Super Bowl in Frisco against Kansas City, that game should have been over. And I thought he got tight with his play calling in the fourth quarter. Will he do the same thing today? Will he get too tight and coach not to lose, or continue to coach the way he has been coaching all season? That's going to be a huge key. But I agree with you, Joe. I think it's going to be a defensive battle. I can see the over-under being like 37. I would actually bet the under in tonight's game. I think it's going to be low scoring. Like I said, the winner can have 20 points. It could even be 17, and it wouldn't surprise me. I think both defenses are going to be fired up and just swarming all over the ball today.
Wow, sounds like we're all on the same page because I said the same thing.
Now it's going to be a shootout. Someone scoring 48 points tonight.
I mean, I think if Brock Purdy does that, it just really locks in the idea that Brock deserved the money he got, when a lot of people were, what's the word I'm thinking of? Hesitant, speculative, whatever, of that payout, right? You're like, okay, yeah, you've seen this kid play some pretty good football, but like, to what extent, right? Is it worth that much time and that much money that because it was everyone was in the Bay Area was expecting that to come, but I think when the amount of money came forward, everybody was like, oh, wow, like the Niners is Brock really that guy? Like, what have we really seen from him? To keep it real. What is that?
I think the national argument is he just a system quarterback?
Right.
Yeah.
But he's got a moxie about him.
Yeah, he does.
That you can't coach. You're born with it.
I think also, too, if he can do what he did against Indianapolis, even half of it, it also makes them that more dangerous. Now it's not just run CMC doing everything. Now you got to watch out for Brock Purdy throwing the ball over the yard, hitting tight ends, hitting wide receivers. If he can make that offense not be so one-dimensional, it makes them that much more tougher to beat.
Oh, agreed. And I've seen that firsthand for a number of years, so I know exactly what he's capable of doing.
All right, now we'll roll into our rapid fire picks. Woo. Hold on, let me.
All right.
All right, I'm already 1-4 this week, so.
I mistakenly forgot to update the graphic on this, so I know my march to 500 is still going on. Just trying to get back to being respectable.
Oh no, wait! I'm 2-3 this week, so a little bit better.
I mean, like Ashmere said, it's been football every day. I feel like I've just been waking up, take a shower, brush my teeth, turn the TV on.
Literally, I was like, people are like, "Do you want to hang out?" I'm like, "No, dude, I literally don't. I'm watching football."
Yeah, New Year's Day, all those college football games.
Oh,
my sofa's getting some quality time.
Yeah, normally my New Year's Day tradition is I'm at Santa Anita Racetrack for the horse races. So I usually miss like the Rose Bowl because I'm at the track. Well, because we got another storm coming, we're not doing the track this year. I'm like, well, I guess I get to watch the Rose Bowl and watch Indiana, Florida, Alabama.
Fun. I love
That's gonna be a good game, I think.
Yeah, I've been to the Rose Bowl to see a game years ago. Me personally, I will never go back. It's where I wasn't comfortable where we sat, but it was an experience to say I saw a game at the Rose Bowl. I mean, it's such a marquee venue, and it was a USC UCLA game, so that made it even more special.
Sure.
But
is that concrete slabs? No individual seats.
Bleachers, yeah, just bleachers. And I mean, I'm not a small guy, so we sat like that the whole game. So I'm like, I can't do this anymore. But I could say I've been to the Rose Bowl. It's off my bucket list.
I mean, I went when the Ducks won, and it was like one of the craziest moments of my life. Yeah. All right, first we've got Seattle versus the Panthers, one of the games we talked about.
Well, the guest always goes first, so.
Well, again, as much as I'm pulling for Carolina, I just see Seattle winning big. I see Seattle winning 30-13 today.
Ooh, okay. 30-13, okay.
Yeah. Hoping I'm wrong, but I think, Carolina's going to learn what it takes to win big games today. I'm
going to pick Carolina because they're at home. They beat the Bucks in a gritty game. Like, that was just driving to the last second, and I think that's what they'll have to do against Seattle today. So it's not going to win me a fantasy football finals, but whatever.
I'm going to try to pick with my football brain and not my heart. I'm going to go Seahawks. I think they proved that all this talk about the cross-country trip and it's too much for them. I go Seattle.
Who would have thought Ashmere is lone wolfing on the Carolina Panthers, okay?
What the heck was that?
That's the wolf.
The lone wolf. His friends.
Oh, okay. I'm starting to get a little scared here.
Next week, We got Tampa and Miami, which we know
No.
Tampa needs to win this game. So I think we're all gonna pick Tampa. I don't know.
Yeah, I go the Fighting Baker Mayfields.
Yeah, I have to agree. I mean, but will the real Baker Mayfield show up today?
I think so.
I agree.
He loses. They lose this game. Oof.
Yeah.
Oof. Todd Bowles' seat's getting pretty warm.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty warm.
I think it's lukewarm right now. All right.
Exactly. I'm saying this one.
Yeah. Pittsburgh versus Cleveland.
So the Ravens need Pittsburgh to lose this game.
Yes.
Shador Sanders at
Shador
home.
gets a call, and they said, Shador, you better go out there and do your thing, my friend.
I saw this morning the weather was less than ideal right now. Man. Cleveland's defense is really good, though. So what do you got, George?
Well, we know we got a motivated Myles Garrett who wants to set the record on Aaron Rodgers today.
Ooh,
but
how about that?
Yeah.
And no DK Metcalf.
True. But to me, this is a coin toss game, but I am leaning 51.1% to Pittsburgh. But the games you think that they have, there are no-shows. And this could be one of those games. I think it's just going to be an ugly game, a very ugly, low-scoring game. But I think Pittsburgh finds a way to pull it out at the end.
I'm going to go Shador. Give me Cleveland.
Whoa. Shador answers the call. I like that.
I'm really relying on that Browns defense to show up and make some plays and keep their team in the game.
I like that. That's a good
Give Shador a couple opportunities to have a short field and make some plays. Yeah.
Week 17, Joe is lone wolfing on the Cleveland Browns.
We know nothing.
All right. Next, we got New Orleans and Tennessee.
Oh, that's a game that shouldn't be on TV.
This is a huge boo-boo bowl. Man.
Yeah. Boo-boo to the major extent.
I mean, this game even being televised. It's radio only.
I'm picking New Orleans. The defense has been amazing, okay? I think they love Tyler's show right now, and the defense has been amazing. So.
Man, in Tennessee. Yeah, I'm going to go Saints.
Yeah, I have to agree. I actually think Show is actually starting to play a little bit better under Kellen Moore's system.
Yes, I agree. He's like evolving game in and game out. And then his defense. I'm serious. The Saints defense has been crazy.
Yeah, they're playing pretty good.
All right, Philly and Buffalo. I can't.
Oh, man, this is tough.
Well, we called the Bills pretenders, so
give me the champs. Give me the Eagles. I picked the Eagles.
Yeah, I agree. I got Philly walking away easy on this one today.
Yeah, me too. I don't know about easy, but I'm picking.
Yeah, I was like, that's a bold statement there. The easy.
Yeah,
part.
it's a bold statement. I mean, Buffalo's defense has lately given up 28 points a game. I think Philly scores at least 30 today.
Yeah, I'm with that. All right, Arizona versus Cincinnati.
Ugh.
This is a fantasy football free-for-all.
Joe Burrow, baby. 400 yards passing, maybe.
Easy, yeah.
Plus Jacoby. Don't be down Jacoby Brissett.
No, Jacoby's been impressive, but I mean, it's gonna be a high-scoring game because I think both defenses suck. So
yes,
but Jacoby Brissett puts up big numbers, but
he does.
Are we going Bengals all the way?
Bengals all the way. Future Ram quarterback there with Joe Burrow. So.
Ooh.
No.
Well, according to my son, my son's giving me the Niners that the Rams are going to offer their 2 number 1 picks for Joe Burrow.
I don't know. I feel like the Niners you guys are competing.
Yeah, I don't see it happening. It'd be great because I've been a Burrow fan since he was at LSU. I would love to see him in the. I still say blue and gold. I know it's soul and whatever sun or whatever. I don't know, but I still say blue and gold for the Rams.
Okay.
Joe Burrow. All
right. Jacksonville versus Indiana. This is a real game?
Yeah, Indianapolis.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nothing to lose, man.
You know what? We don't even have to talk about that.
Yeah, I mean, what a season from the Colts.
Trevor Lawrence is playing some insane football.
What a resurgent season for Trevor Lawrence.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure. Best season of his career, without a doubt. And Liam Cohen, again, another guy you got to talk about when we talk about Coach of the Year.
All right, we got New England versus the Jets.
The Patriots do what they do.
Yep.
Beat down the Jets. At home, on the road. It's a tradition unlike any other.
It truly is, in any way, shape, or form.
Every time. Just a beat down. Whether it's in New York, in New England, you pick the time and place, they'll show up.
I think all Jets quarterbacks see ghosts when they play the Patriots.
This game is hilarious because we both know that these teams are playing for the #1 spot. So we got Giants and the Raiders.
The Tank Bowl.
Yes,
Yeah,
the Tank Bowl.
I'm gonna go Giants. I just think they have a better. I like Jackson Dart. I think he makes some plays.
Well, before I heard the news, I had actually picked the Raiders in this game before I heard Max Crosby was being shut down. So when I submitted some picks on stuff that I do, I took the Raiders. So I know I got some sideways looks on that. Even though I picked them on that, I without Crosby, I just think the Giants will find a way to win this game.
I'm hoping. Here's to hoping the Giants win this game. Okay, I'm not even going to pick the Raiders. I want them to lose.
Yeah, this is a Mendoza Bowl.
I don't even know if that kid is there. Another conversation, another day.
Don't send him to the Raiders, please.
Oh, that or who's the other quarterback? Moore that they're looking at.
From Oregon with just one season worth of playing.
My Oregon, they always make their way into the
huge mistake if he leaves, but I think he needs another year.
I agree. All right, Chicago and the Niners.
It's tough.
I really don't know this one. I'm gonna let you guys go first.
As much as I hate to say it, I got San Francisco winning this game. A defensive struggle, low scoring, but Purdy will find a way to get him down to a game-winning field goal. He'll find a way to drive him.
I'll put my faith in the kids. Bear down.
Yeah.
I hope you're right. As a Ram fan, I hope you're right, but I got to make picks with my head, so I can't do heart picks.
Yeah, I think CMC takes over, so I'm going 49ers. And then, is this the Thursday night game? Dallas and Detroit? Yeah?
I believe so.
Yeah, that's next week's game, right?
Yeah, we pick it for our...
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm still thinking if I want to change my Bears pick. She moved on. I'm still over here contemplating, do I want to stick with the Bears or do I want to...
That's okay, you got time. Wait, we need to add here the Rams and the Falcons.
That's what we're missing.
Yeah. All right. Obviously, you know where you're going.
Yeah, I mean, on my preview, I have the Rams winning that game 31-13. I think they're going to be pissed off after that loss to Seattle. And they want to drop a line a little bit further to get a higher #1 pick.
This is unanimous. Yeah. I figured as much.
I don't think we have a Thursday night game.
New Year's Day?
Not.
Yeah, especially with all the college playoff games.
No, we do not.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, then this is our...
Give me the 49ers. I'll trade. I was still thinking.
That's okay. Honestly,
you guys Rams, Atlanta. I was like,
It makes sense because I would probably pick the Bears if they were at home, but
that's a lot of unanimous picks, man. Oof,
yeah,
might be a record. 1, 2, 7 in a row. It feels
Great minds think alike.
Ashmere taking a dip with the Panthers, and I'm going with the Browns.
Week 17, we should really kind of know what's going on here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we should.
Well, like you said, strange.
Like you both said.
Yeah, we don't know anything at all.
Yeah, I mean, I picked the Seahawks and the Niners, but I'm rooting for the Panthers and the Bears as a Ram fan. But I don't mind being wrong on those picks, but I just don't see it happening. But like you said,
if the Jets somehow beat the Patriots, then this is like the Matrix season.
No, that one we're locked in for sure.
Well, I thought for sure the Rams were going to roll Carolina when we went down there, and look what happened.
Yeah, I was like, that was a real surprise. That kind of cemented for me what I've been saying, that we don't know anything at all about football this season.
Yes. OT is OT. All right, everyone.
It was not.
Thank you, George, for joining us.
Oh, thank you guys for having me. I've been wanting to get on. That's what when you guys threw it out there, I asked Joe what time. so I knew to get up.
Nice.
Yeah.
I mean, you and me both. Okay.
Yeah.
Early on the West Coast.
All right, perfect. Thank you everyone for tuning in. And like I said, welcome to Moving the Chains. Be sure to like, subscribe, follow Team NBS Media everywhere you get your information. Enjoy the games today, our last one of 2025, and good luck to anyone in the Fantasy Finals Championship. We will see you next week. Happy New Year.